Here we have Transformers Prime, Robots in Disguise, Voyager class, Dreadwing. I am so pumped I found this guy. Went over to my local Toys R Us. I found a case of Transformers Prime Voyagers sitting on the top shelf there. Or above the shelves, actually. Opened it up, and there was a Dreadwing in there. So I was really pumped to find that. See, here he comes with his light-up blaster cannon, which has a little try-me over here. And I can already tell you, this is going to upset me. And you'll see why later. You see him nice and neatly in there. Little vehicle mode up here. Very nice box. Nice clear plastic here. Lets you see the whole thing. Turn to this side. We have a really awesome picture of Dreadwing here. I mean, that is just super cool. You know, he's got some really nice effects they did on him. Nice coloring, all that good stuff. Voyager class, Series 1, Figure 5. Got here on his back the product shot. You know, press and hold to convert blaster cannon into magnetar pulse blaster. What the heck is a magnetar pulse blaster? And why do we have to press and hold to keep it in there? We'll see later. He also comes with a sword, so that's nice. There he is, fighter jet mode, robot mode, watch on the hub, all that good stuff there. Here we have the side of the box with his bio and his tech data. And move over Starscream because this guy is ranked 9. And his skill is a 5. I don't understand why his skill is a 5. I really don't. But I'm starting to think that skill here isn't supposed to be fighting skill. Because apparently Ratchet, from what I've seen, his skill is a 10. And he's not exactly the most skilled fighter. He's very skilled at what he does in terms of his medical expertise, but not exactly a fighter. So I guess maybe that's what they mean by skilled, but even so, then this guy should be higher with all of his use of bombs and whatnot. Here we have the bottom, additional products, Optimus Prime. So, let's get this guy opened up and let's put a smile on my face. Oh yeah. Here we have Dreadwing, vehicle mode. He looks so nice. I really dig this. I mean, he's got this nice blue, some great gold trim there, gold on him. You got back here you can see the Decepticon logo with little gold, little boxes kind of, but I guess you can say they're wings. They look like little wings surrounding the Decepticon logo. You can tell he's a flight guy. Looks very nice. This is a nice jet from certain angles, really. Because if you flip it over, you got lots of robot kibble, lots of robot parts, lots and lots of robot parts. As you can see, he is not thin. Not very thin at all. The hands back here, very visible, like very, very, very visible. As you can see, you can try and rotate those, but you know, good luck hiding that. I've seen some people that they kind of cut it and then are able to flip it, but I don't want to cut my toy, so I'm gonna leave them like that. Another gripe I have: these bits up here are very soft. So mine, one little wing came good, the other one bent, so I'm gonna have to fix that. Down here, these little spikes are also rubbery. These are also soft, not as soft, I guess maybe because they're smaller and a little thicker. They're not as soft. And these little pieces over here, these little spurs, which wind up becoming kneecaps, they're also rubbery, but they're okay. He does have the little landing gear that comes out. This, you can fold it back up in. That's plastic. That doesn't roll. That's just molded. So same back here. These are also molded in. I thought these would roll, but they're just molded. They won't roll. Even though there's little holes there, which makes it look like at some point they were supposed to roll or go back in or something. But you can take this and just pop it back down, and there you go. See, so it's retractable. I can't really get it back out. It's very, very tough. Some of the stuff on this guy is actually really sturdy and strong, which is good. Onto his weapons. He has this cool sword. I dig this sword. I wish it had some paint on it, but it's not bad at all, actually. It's really cool. I dig it. You see, for flight mode, he's got these pegs down here, these holes here. You can just take the peg, pop that in there, and there you go. Nice. I've seen some other people who put it under here in one of the hands. You can do that too. You wind up getting the back of it sticking out. That's no biggie. Now for his other weapon, which is magnificently turdful. I mean, come on. Why? Hey, look at this. Look. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. It doesn't lock in place. If it locked, it would look better, but it doesn't. And this part up here just kind of falls, which makes it look awkward and bent. Which, you know, if you had it upside down, it straightens out, looks better. But there you go. And you're supposed to, instructions say, plug it up here. And then you can just, that's just so ugly. I mean, come on, Hasbro. Stop with the ugly gimmick toys. With the ugly gimmick weapons, just make this one good, wholesome weapon. One big rifle that he can just sling under his arm and be so accurate and blow people up with. But instead you make this, which doesn't lock, so I'm going to have to take some of the rubber bands from the set and put them on there to lock it. And I don't care if the battery dies, I really don't. If I can get a small enough screwdriver, I'll open this up and take them out, but throw that aside before I break something. So, there you have it. There is the vehicle mode for Dreadwing. You can see also some nice silver here. That's actual silver, not just gray plastic. It's actual painted on silver. It looks like it's painted over the blue plastic. So that's nice. Same back here in the thruster. It looks really nice. Actually, I think the thruster is a silver plastic. So this is a very cool figure. I like this a lot. See, translucent yellow here for the cockpit. Looks nice. Looks cool. Now I am going to cut away and we're going to do transformation. So to transform him, first you want to get on the bottom here. You want to take his legs. Actually, you need to unpeg the fins from the back here. So unpeg those. So you can get those out of the way. You don't need to worry about that. Now take his legs, pull them down. Now they've got this peg here. That's where they just peg into this slot right here. So you want to just do that with both. Take them out, move them, and you're going to take this whole piece here and pull it all forward. Pull it out, you're going to have these two pegs here. That's what goes into these holes. And now you can take this, combine it. There's your pelvis. Move this down. Let's just finish up the legs. You take the foot, move it out. And take the fins, move them like this. That's how it says in the instructions, but I'll get into what I do with them later. And now, get those out of the way. Arms. Take the arms, and first off, this should be tabbed into the arms right there. I don't know if you can see that. So you want to just pop the arms up a bit, pull them out, separate them, and just rotate them up. So now you got that out of the way. I'm not going to finish up the arms just yet. You move out this tail part, get that out of the way, and look at that. He is Jetman. So that's just funny. That's something I've seen a lot of people do, and it just looks, well, it looks silly. Just take this, you want to separate, well, you can already fold these up and separate the wings out. It's a little annoying with that piece in the way. Get those, just, oopsie, move that out of the way there. Flap, and move, and there's that. Now that you got that out of the way, you're going to go up here. You're going to pop these open. You see down here, actually it's easier to do it there because it tabs in there, or it pegs in there. Come back over here, unpeg, move forward, and then you're just going to rotate everything, or you're going to rotate the head out of here. Move this out. Rotate all of that up and up. Now you got all of this goodness. What do you do with it? Well, you open this, which is really, it's tight. So you want to really, and it can hurt when you open it up like that. You slide this forward, or at least the instructions say to slide this all the way up, like that. But you don't really want to. So you want to do it about halfway or so. Something like that. Take this yellow bit, pull that down, pull the nose cone down, bring those together, and now you can start really combining stuff. You take these and move those out of the way. Those are going to be your shoulders. you're going to take this and you kind of want to collapse all of this together. I'm going to do that first. Move this up. Take this and you're going to try and make sure that yellow part stays in that hole, in that gap. Like that. Keep that all together and tab that in right there. Now we get the head, move this forward. It's just going to sit there. It doesn't actually tab or peg or anything, it just sits there. And you're going to get the shoulder, swivel that up, swivel that up. Now for the arms, you're going to rotate once here at the bicep and rotate again at the hand. Both of them, rotate the bicep. You want to get these spiky parts outside. Rotate the hand. There you go. And now he's almost done. Come here to the back, make sure these flaps are up and the wings are set. And there you have it. There is your Dreadwing. But watch, that happens. He doesn't really have much stability thanks to his feet having this little tiny heel spur. That's tiny heel. That's not going to do anything. So you can get these wings, just rotate them down, and now you've got much better stability thanks to that. So that's something that's fortunate that you can do that. And here we have Dreadwing, and he looks so awesome. I'm so happy. I mean, he just looks great. You know, a lot of people complain that he's too thin looking. So if you want to make him thicker, one trick I saw online is just take this piece up here and you actually push these all the way up. And then you make sure that these flaps don't go behind these little waist pieces here. So you want to put that back in the way it's supposed to. And instead of, you see, they kind of want to go behind, but you want to make sure that they stay in front there. And then by doing that, you'll see now, actually this slid back up. There we go. By doing that, it keeps on sliding back up. But by doing that, you're actually making his waist thicker. There we go. You're really thickening up his waist, and you're not actually modifying it. You're not cutting anything. You're not stripping anything. And it looks, now it's just, for me, it makes a world of difference because it just gives him that bulk that he has on the show, even though there's those gaps in there, which are annoying. But I've seen some people say there's a little peg in here on this flap here. You just take that peg, cut it, take that off, because you've got another peg back there, back here, for when you transform later, so it's not going to affect your transformation. You can get rid of that peg there, and it'll make a big difference in terms of having him look better. So I'm going to, well, let me put him back to normal, because I'm doing the review of, well, the normal figure, not a modified version. So there. Here you have him as the instructions say. Yeah, now I still don't want to go back up. Sorry about this. Trying to get this fixed up here. That'll do. Actually. Well, the instructions say to take these flaps and bring them all the way down, but you're better off not doing that. There we go. That's better. Okay. And so there's Dreadwing. Again, he looks awesome. I mean, this is very show accurate. He just looks so cool. I mean, for Voyager, it looks great. You see, these flaps are a little bit of a problem because they're very loose, so they just kind of fall like that if you let them. But if you put them up, they normally stay though, so it's not that big of a deal. And so, down to posability. His head is on a ball joint, but this light piping piece in here, his head is rubber put on top of a piece of light piping. And for me, this ball joint is so tight. It's just really, really tight. I don't know if it's just mine or if that's a normal thing, but that joint in there is so tight that whenever I move, I need to make sure I hold on to this light piping piece, because it just feels like the head is gonna break and start turning onto the light piping piece instead of on the ball joint itself. So that's frightening. But other than that, you can get a pretty good range of motion. You can have him looking up. You can have him look down a bit. Good range of motion all the way to the side. Pretty much whatever you want. That's for his, you see right there, that right there is another frustration. This chest piece will pop off pretty easily. Right here, it'll untab pretty easily. Now this is frustrating. Why won't this stay right? Oh, it's because of that darn landing piece. The landing gear piece. That's what's bothering. That's what's being a pain. Alright, well. Okay. Back to the posability. You've got this swivel here, obviously, so if you want, you can take the arms and do one of those. But you normally want that up. You got a ball joint up here, so you can move that pretty well. The shoulder piece itself is on a swivel there, and its own little joint there, so you can kind of move it out of the way if you need to, for posing and all that. So you got that good range of motion. You got bicep swivel, elbow joint, elbow hinge. The hand will rotate 360. Nothing at the waist, for obvious reasons from what we've seen. His hips are on ball joints. You see his legs are on ball joints there. They move pretty good deal. Not all the way forward, but a pretty good way forward. Knees are on hinges. Let's see, is there a swivel here? No, there's no swiveling side to side really. There's a little bit. There actually is a little bit of a thigh swivel, but it's not much. But I think it's enough. And his foot will just move one way. It will just go like that as per transformation, but if you move it forward, that's as far forward as you're going to get. No side to side or anything like that. So there you have Dreadwing's posability. And he comes with his sword, which we saw before. And you can take this, stick it in his hand, obviously. Looks cool like that. You can take it out. It'll fit well on this peg up, on this hole up here. If you just peg it in there, you can do that. Such as in that way. So you can do a few things with this sword, which looks pretty cool. You can also, there's a peg back, there's a hole back here, and you can peg that into there. Let me see, will it go this way? Yeah, it'll go like this actually. So that looks good like that. And you can even kind of turn it. And you see now the handle's off to the corner, so that's cool looking. Take that off, and then we have here we have the, so yeah, you can take this, plug it into his hand. Unfortunately, you can't actually have him hold it under, but he can hold it like this, and I don't know why you would want him to be holding it at all, really, because it's just so ugly. But you know, you hold it like that, and whoop-de-doo, hooray. Take it out of his hand, because you see this isn't long enough to fit, to be held properly. Not bad. You see, you just put it like that, and it won't reach the thumb. So he just, oh, I guess it's kind of holding it now. That's nifty. Now he holds it, even without it grabbing the thumb. So just a friction of that hole itself will actually hold it, I guess. And then but it's obviously a very loose hold. And you can also plug it in here on his forearm, in the same hole where I put the gun earlier, and you know, it's a very awkward look actually, because it's on a slant there, so it kind of points down. So that's weird. But yeah, there's that. And again, you can store this on his back. Give him a huge backpack. For what was a good looking back, you can just make it hideous. Another thing with his weapons, you can kind of combine them. So you can take the sword and attach it to the side of the gun, like so. Just peg that into that hole. And then you have that. And like this, it doesn't look so bad like this. I just wish, and it's something I'm going to do, and I'm going to cut away to it so I can show you. I'm going to take the rubber band, I'm going to take the little clear rubber bands, and I'm going to do something with them. But yeah, you can take this, and I guess, let me see if maybe now it still holds it. Ah, stupid little thing. No, it's not really holding anymore. But yeah, I wish it would hold like that normally, without having to use anything else. But you can put it on top there. Looks cool with the sword, I guess. Ish. Maybe. See, it doesn't even go all the way through. But one thing is, when you plug this onto his arm, when you actually take the little, I don't know what it's called, powerizer gun, you plug it into his arm. I don't know if you can see with the lighting, but when it does light up, it actually does a good job of lighting through this clear piece there. So it does a good job of that, but why does that matter? Because it doesn't matter. So, done with that. So you take those out of the way, and yeah, this guy is great though. Other than that crappy weapon, this guy is really great. I think I'm very happy I found him. I went to Toys R Us. I saw a case that said Transformers Prime Voyager. I got it and opened it up, and there was this guy in there, along with the usual Optimus Prime, Starscream, and Bulkhead, which I've been finding a lot of lately. And there was this guy in there, and he looks very nifty. Again, there's the little wing, and he looks very nice. You can also take these wings and kind of move them around, kind of move them up and down and whatnot, to give them whatever kind of look you want. But for the sake of accuracy, I'll leave them the way they're supposed to be. So there you have it. I'm gonna cut away real quick and show you a little trick you can do with the gun, which I'm sure many of you have already seen and already done, and probably, I probably found out about it by looking at your little reviews. So here we go. And here's Dreadwing holding the powerizer weapon with the two little elastic bands that came with this set that were holding him in his casing there. So you see, you just take that elastic band and wrap it around the weapon. It'll hold it in place. And then I just put another one on there to hold it into his hand so he can hold it underarmed. You can sling it underhanded. And that, I think this looks much better. You can even kind of turn it, turn his head a bit. Of course, the ridiculously difficult ball joint there. There we go. And take his other hand, turn it, and you can actually have him kind of holding it there. You see, I had him do it earlier. He just grabs it like that. And there's something cool. Or nifty. So, there's a little trick you can do. As for size comparisons, you see he's still standing straight up, so I think I'm just going to compare his size like this. Here we have First Edition Deluxe Starscream, as always. Robots in Disguise Megatron. This is the Voyager. So you see he's a little shorter than Megatron, and he's still taller than First Edition Starscream though, but he's a little shorter than Megatron. He's still pretty beefy though, which is very nice. He's still got some good thickness to him. And so here he is with Hotshot, who's obviously significantly smaller, and there you have Wheeljack, also significantly smaller. So there's your little size comparison. You can see they're all in good scale. Let me get them out of the way now. And Starscream wants to fall apparently. There we go. And in my opinion, this guy's awesome. My recommendation, you find him, you get him. I know he's pretty rare, so a lot of people have been looking for him for a while. So if you can find him, just snatch him up. That's what I feel. I think he looks really cool. I think he looks very show accurate, even though this hunk of crap is just that. But the figure himself, very cool. His jet mode is a little lacking due to all the robot parts everywhere, and but his robot mode is well worth it. I can tell you right now, I'm definitely not going to be displaying him in his jet mode. This is the mode he's going to be in. And he just looks awesome. I am very pleased. So it's been Self-Portrait 14 here. My recommendation, my review for Transformers Prime, Robots in Disguise, Voyager, Dreadwing. Get them if you find them. Enjoy.